Twitter isn't the only platform changing up its policies. Starting February 25th, YouTube channels will get one-time warnings the first time they post content that, quote, crosses the line, with no penalties except for removal of that content. For more, I want to bring in Bloomberg's Lucas Shaw. So how exactly are the policies, Lucas, changing here?
That warning at first is something new. It used to be that your first mistake and you would get a first strike, which would penalize you in some way, often with a ban on live streaming. Now, because creators have complained that the community guidelines are unclear, they'll get a one-time warning that allows them to kind of figure it out. Now, that's good news for the creators who are upset about it. It doesn't solve the kind of big picture problem, which is that the guidelines on YouTube have never made a ton of sense to all of its creators, and they seem to be applied somewhat capriciously.
Now, YouTube is saying with these new guidelines, however, they're going to make a better effort to be more transparent and give users information when they actually pull content down. There's only one penalty that's going to be standardized across all issues, not different penalties for different kinds of violations, correct?
Yes, YouTube has also adjusted the punishments with each strike. So the way this works is you get the warning the first time, then you get a first, if you do something again, you get a first strike. That strike lasts for, I believe, 90 days. If you have another video that infringes in that window, you get a second strike, which leads to a kind of an even steeper punishment. And then with a third strike, your channel gets taken down. And it used to be that the punishments for those strikes, as you say, varied based on the infraction and the type of channel that you were.
Now, YouTube's already been making some changes to the algorithm to reduce the recommendation of things like conspiracy theories, for example, which range from everything from the Earth is flat to, 9/11 conspiracy theories to, the Parkland students were crisis actors. How is that actually impacting engagement on the platform?
In engagement across the platform, I haven't seen a dramatic change. What it does is it tends to impact individual creators or pockets of creators because YouTube just has to ingest so much video every second. And most of that is still handled with algorithms. They will dedicate human resources to kind of fixate on certain problems that are causing them headaches at that moment. But by and large, things are still handled by computers. And so you will see the algorithms within YouTube flag certain types of videos more often. And all of a sudden, somebody who previously had all these videos that were getting ads and making money get shut off. And then they complain. And then YouTube 6 months later makes a change to affect that, not realizing that their new change is going to affect a different type of video on the platform. And so it's this whack-a-mole that happens where YouTube is always having to solve a problem from behind. And because it's such a large company and there's so much video, it tends to take so long to implement these problems that they kind of solve a problem from 6 or 9 months ago.
Who are the main targets here? I mean, they have super prominent YouTube stars like Logan Paul, who violated policy by posting a video of someone's suicide, or PewDiePie, who's violated policy by making anti-Semitic and racist comments. Are those the problems, or is it other less prominent users?
I think YouTube is definitely guarding against those high-profile problems. They also want to look after the smaller creators and find kind of all sorts of inappropriate videos. YouTube as a company doesn't want that on their site. It just makes them look bad, and it certainly doesn't please advertisers. But I think mostly they're trying to come up with a policy that is consistent, that will mitigate the complaints of their creators and make it look as if they have a system that is more equitable and more reasonable, and to use their own word, more transparent.